Okay, back again with real money trades for my masterclass over at simpleswitch.teachable.com. If you go over there and take my masterclass, it will get you up to speed on what I'm doing with this real money trading series, growing a small account in the futures market and with swing trading. And I chose the futures market to go with this because I don't have to worry about the PDT rule and I can day trade. In my masterclass, I take you from day one, I want to be a trader, then selecting a broker, opening an account, then teaching you how I build winning strategies that fit you. I call it the PLG, personality, lifestyle, and goals. But not just that, strategies that have a proven statistical probability of success. Once we build our strategies, then we build a trade plan to go with those strategies. Two completely different things, traders. You need a good strategy and a good trade plan to be successful. Then I sim trade those strategies, and now we're into the real money trading portion of building a winning strategy. That is what this series is about. I plan on trading these accounts until the end of 2023, and we'll see how far we can grow them in 1 year's time. Now, I don't know if these strategies are going to be successful. We're going to find this out together, and if they're not, hopefully I can tweak them along the way to make them successful. I started my futures account with $1,700 because that was the bare minimum I felt like I could start with. And then I started my swing trading account with $2,000. Again, I felt that was the bare minimum I can start with. In my masterclass, I explain all these details on why I make the decisions, what you're seeing on the screens, the charts that you're seeing, all the tools, all that stuff. This class can benefit beginner traders and pro traders alike. I do trade with my algorithm, but you don't need that in order to benefit from my masterclass. You can trade with whatever tool it is for you. If you're thinking about taking somebody else's class, my masterclass can help you choose what other strategy might be right for you. This way, if you're going to spend a lot of money to buy somebody else's strategy, it would really be good if that strategy would fit you. And I teach you all about that in my masterclass, so go check it out. But for now, let's get into today's video. Here we are with K. We finally got stopped out of K. Here was our stop right down here. And we finally got stopped out. So we were out of K. This happened yesterday, I believe, on this candle here. Or maybe even, let's see, we're on the daily. Could have been on this candle here. So yeah, let's actually do this. Show trades. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this candle right here, we end up getting stopped out. So we got out at 6956. So we took a loser, finally a loser. I usually start the year off with a loser in the swing trading market, but this took a long time to get there. So one out of the group, but as you can see on the scroll bar up top, we're doing great. WTI still open 3% or more. I'm expecting to do very well on that one. XLF, we actually just closed that one, so that is not accurate. Let me update that real quick. Okay, so there we go. So XLF is closed, a little over 3% in XLF. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. We closed VOC 27%, pretty awesome. And then TGS, we closed with 11%, so fantastic. So that's where we're at with our swing trades. Basically, WTI we're still in right now. WTI slowly making its way back up, doing its thing as normal. And then, so we're looking at CVE, WTI is our only, let's look at this real quick. Yeah. So WTI and CVE are our only positions right now. So CVE right now still in this consolidation, but it's an energy ticker. So we'll see what happens here. Do we have a breakdown and we have a second loser for the year, or does this thing rip higher? We'll just have to wait and see. All right, so I just popped into the office and saw that the MES has set up for a trade. So it just jumped in, got in right here. Let's see, 39. Hold on, let me do this. So right here, 3929 is where I jumped in. Let me go ahead and put the little thing here to make it easier. 3929. What? No, 3929. All right. It must have did a little weird like bobble up because this doesn't even make sense. 39, right? 392925. I'm going to go check my dashboard here in a second. Let me mark this. 3929, 392925. I did not get in right there. Or at least that's where I got filled, I guess, is what it is. All right, so either way, we're in the trade. So I'm going to go ahead and put my OCO order in. All right, so we're long, so we're going to sell it to get out. I almost said we're short. All right, long, selling it to get out. So I'm going to put the target right there. Stop right here. I probably should put it down below here, but we're going to put it right here. The reason why the market is showing some weakness, it's coming off of its trend line to the downside, as you can see all that mess. So if it does come back down here, we're going to start to show up a W pattern, and I'd rather speed bump it right here and look for a sell-off, because I believe that's more likely to happen at this level. But we'll have to wait and see what the algo is showing me at that time. So for now, I'm going to leave the stop here, but I am going to turn this into a 2 instead of a 1, so that if it does come here and hit my stop and I get out, it'll automatically enter me into a short trade. So, which is what I want to be, and I want to speed bump it if I end up getting stopped out. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. Right click, cancel, replace. Oops. 2, and then confirm and send, and OK. Okay, so now we got 2 right there. So now we are set up to speed bump this thing, and then I'm going to go right click and add an alert, create an alert, add or above. So when it gets to this level, I want to know, because I'm going to move my stop up to secure profits once we get past this part. That is the current strategy for, or part of the current strategy for red light, green light right now in the MES and the futures market on the 30-minute candle. Because statistically, that is proving to be much more lucrative than waiting for a full hit to do anything. So there we go. So trade is in. I'm going to go back and continue doing some landscaping, and I'll bring the conclusion to you. Okay, so I got my alert, came back in, and then here we are, dropped back down before I can get back into the computer. So right now I can go ahead and take this trade off the table and call it a day, call it a good trade. So, and I'm going to look at doing that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop up. I'm going to take, I don't want to short it, so I'm going to close this and take this order off. So right there, our target was at 3936, right? 3936 was the target to get out. We're long in the position. I got one contract, everything is good. So we're just going to let that sit right there, and then 39657. So we're 50 cents off, all good, $2 off profit-wise from where we're at. So I'm going to let that sit there and let this thing go. We got a couple minutes before this candle closes, which unless it really boosts, there's a good chance we'll get stopped out because it'll leave a wick and get me out, or the next candle that opens will throw a tail and then get me out since we're so close to the close of this candle. But we'll see. Maybe it'll boost here. All right, nice. If this gets to $50, I'll move my stop up to that area, which should probably be around 3939. And again, just growing this small account until the scaling ladder tells me that I can scale up my size. I got to go by the rules, go by the plan, because that's what's working. All right, let's see. It's trying. Come on, you got a lot of buying going on. Let's go get up there. All right, so there we go. So we're out of that trade, so all good. Let me go ahead and put that in my strategy manager, and I'll show you what that translates to. So between the trade that we had last night and then this one, it's $130 for the day. So not too bad since we're still like the infant stage, the crawling stage. All right, let me put this in and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we are in the My Strategy Manager. So 3,000 or 392925 is what we got in, got out at 3936 with a one contract, $5 in commissions. We were risking 13 to make 6 or 7. Crazy, right? With red light, green light, 50 is what I'm calling that strategy. So I can track it in the statistics section of the My Strategy Manager, which I will show you later, probably at the end of the month. So we have a lot of data to look at instead of just looking at it every day. So I'm going to go back to the top of the page here. And there we go. So we're in the futures market right now with what we just did with the MES. And so $1,700, what we started this account with back in November 2022. And then here we are, January 19th of 2023. Haven't had that many trades and slowly growing the account, though. We're up $789 so far in this account. It's not quite year to date, but we really started in November. So it's, a little bit back there. And right here on the first line, bridge from 2022, that's where I carried that over. So that number minus that number is kind of where we're at year to date. But so far so good. 1,700 to start with. We're at 2489, looking fantastic. And then if I jump over to the dashboard, the combined accounts, because this the plan called for the futures market and for swing trading. So we just talked about the futures market. We can see here what's going on with the combined accounts. Right there is our futures, and then down here we have our swing trading, which we started with $2,000, and we're now at $3,665. So we've made $1,665 in that account, and the futures market we made $789 so far, And we have a combined account total now of $6,154. And we started with a combined account of $3,700. So pretty exciting. Soon we shall double this number. And then we'll double that one and then double that one. And you can see how the doubling gets crazy. Let's go look at the scaling ladders real quick, as I alluded to. Scaling ladder by dollar is what we're doing in the futures market. So I got 3 more bars to go before I can scale up to $200 risk reward. And the scaling ladder basically is a parameter I set when building my trade plan in the My Strategy Manager, which is a tool you can get over at my site. And then this automatically fills in as it monitors my account. Not my account as in my broker account, but what I've entered into the My Strategy Manager. So today's trades, I entered it in, right? All this stuff as I enter it in. This monitors what's going on, and then automatically will show green bars letting me know where I'm at in the scaling ladder. So 3 more bars, which will be roughly $300 more in profit. And then I'll be able to scale up to 200. And then as that goes, I'll be able to scale to 3, to 8, 1,000. And at the same time, I can see here how my account is growing with that scaling. Once we get to here, we're going to switch over to the ES as the plan called for, and I'll have 40,000 in my account. Granted, I started with 1,700. So 40K, and then that gets me around 1,500 a trade. I can do 4 trades a week, 3 to 4 trades a week, plus some losers. Maybe I make 3 to 4 grand a week once we get to this area if I'm only taking a few trades a week. It's not bad for working like 15 minutes a day to make 3 or 4 grand a week. It's pretty sweet, actually. And then, so that, as it scales, we'll be doubling, and then we'll be in the $5,000 to $6,000 per trade range. And I should be able to take home 10 to 15,000 a week. Again, working like 15 minutes a day with around 200 grand in the account. And then as this keeps going, even if this took me 5 years to get to this point, in 5 years to have 650K in my account and taking 14 grand a trade, which would be about maybe 45,000 a week with losers, all good. I'll wait 5 years to be able to pick up 45, 50 grand a week to work 15 minutes a day. So anyway, scaling ladder is really important. It helps me with preventing from FOMO, because when I do feel the FOMO, I just come over, look at my scaling ladder and say, nope, I just got to get the numbers in, just keep doing what I'm doing, and then this is what I'm going to get in return. So at least I hope to get it in return. One thing with trading is it's very risky. My results are not typical. It's very easy to blow up your account. Definitely want to start in this sim and trade there for a very long time, like 6 months to a year before you trade with real money. And past performance is really no real indication of future performance, even though it's all we really have to go by. Trading is speculative, and everything I say in any of my videos, all of my videos, every video I've ever made is not financial advice. I'm simply showing you what I'm doing and how I am being successful in the markets. So over here with the scaling ladder by percent, this is what I'm using for the swing trading. So, and again, automatically these green bars will fill in, letting me know what my next risk threshold is going to be. So right now we're at the 322 range. Once we get this bar filled in, I'll be at 354 and so forth. And that's based on a percentage of my account. So I only want to risk 10% of my swing account. When you're doing a $2,000 account, that's $200. That's not a whole lot. And then I'm doing that across 4 or 5 tickers. So that's where it's like $50 a trade is what I'm risking and winning kind of thing. My strategies, most of them is a risk 1 to make 1, with the ability to squeeze more out and sometimes get 2 or 3 reward for each risk. For the majority of my strategies, that's what it's all about. So right here we have 10% going down. And then as that account grows, it's going to grow exponentially fast. Right here, I'm basically, if I divide this up over 4 trades, I'm risking $50 per trade. But once I'm going to get the numbers in, I'll have $1 million in my account, and then I'll be doing $25,000 a trade. It'll be awesome, roughly 20. Right when we get here, I'll be doing about $25,000 per trade. So, a couple trades a year, and you're banking, and then that literally takes me like 5 minutes a day to work. I come in, look at my computer real quick, do a quick little scan through all my tickers that I have that I've already found and I want to trade, like Tesla and whatever. Scan through it, see which ones are setting up. Boom, take my trade, don't take my trade, whatever. Every day at 3:45, you can come in and look. By 3:50, my order's ready to go, and then I'm in. So maybe 10 minutes a day is what I'm looking at with swing trading. So it's pretty awesome as well to be making money without having to work. I guess the whole deal for me with the stock market is I don't want to come in. I don't want to do research for an hour or two before the market opens like I used to, then spend 3 or 4 hours in front of my computer just looking for a setup, waiting for that opportunity. I gotta get in, I need to make money today, because if not, then I feel like I wasted my day and I didn't make any money. And then, maybe doing research in the afternoon to figure out what might happen to tomorrow. Next thing you know, it's a full-time job. I don't want that. I want to work 10 minutes and then go play with my kids, go snowboarding or go wherever. So that's the whole goal between with the way I trade and the strategies that I use when I'm trading, is I don't want to be captive in front of the computer. So that's why in the futures market, you'll see where I'm on the 30-minute candle, 4-hour candle, 15-minute candle, and really mostly so I can trade the 4-hour and the 30-minute. And every now and then, if I'm around the computer, if a 15-minute sets up, then I'll take it. By doing every 4 hours, I only have to check the computer every 4 hours for a couple minutes. Every 30-minute candle, I have to look at the computer every 30 minutes for like a minute, just quick glance at what's going on to see what's up. So that's the way I prefer to do it. In swing trading, I just look at the end of the day, 3:45-ish. It was when I really need to. Now I do it a lot earlier because I send alerts out to my membership so they know what's going on. So I have to check during the day to see if things are setting up. But for the most part, when I'm just doing it for myself, it's 3:45, 3:50. I look at it, and then that's plenty of time for me to know whether or not I'm going to get into a trade. And then that gives me the freedom to be able to go and live life without being a slave to the system. And you're working every day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. You get a couple weeks a year that you get to get 14 days a year to get to go enjoy something that's outside of your little bubble. Come on. So who wants to do that? I don't want to do it. So anyway, that's what trading provides for me. And if you master the art of trading, that's what it can provide for you. All right, so here we are in the futures market with MGC/MGC and Thinkorswim on the 15-minute candle, trading with red light, green light. So we had a short trade just show up here. So we had that short trade giving us full permission, indicating to do the short down to 1925.5 as a target. I put my stop just above market structure here. We had a double top basically here. And so I'll put my stop just above that. I want to break that support or resistance rather before I get stopped out. And then we'll speed bump it if need be and recover some of our losses in the speed bump. But right now we're in. So what I'm going to do is, because this could come all the way back down to this level here, 1921. Algo thinks that this is a safe target, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my limit order all the way down to here, and then I'm going to put in an alert. Create an alert, single, at or below, create. Okay, so now I have an alert in. So now when I get to my target, the alert's going to let me know that I'm at the target, and then I can come in and work on trailing my stop, and maybe I get lucky and I get to squeeze some more out, or maybe it backs up and I get stopped out from my target, which is perfectly fine, because that goes with the plan and the scaling ladders, and it's putting the numbers in, all good. But I do want to have the opportunity to squeeze more out here if it presents itself. So we'll see what happens, but we're in that trade, and then I'll bring the conclusion to you. Okay, so you can see here that we are now entering in the support zone. Let me draw a box to make it easier to see here. Support zone. Right here is a support zone. I know it's kind of big, but that is a support zone. This right here is another support zone. In this little box in this area could be as well. There's a lot of support resistance taking place into this zone. So anything could happen now. We're in that zone where anything can happen. This could reject from here and go back to try to make a new high. And if it does, and we end up going for a ride and have to speed bump it, we're almost to the target. I could always get out of my trade right here and just call it a day. But then the hard part is with MGC, to really be making money at the end of the year, I need to just go with the numbers. Because if I do just get out of it right here, then I'm taking, say 75 or 0.75, and then I'm giving away 1. So I don't quite have a 1-to-1 risk reward on it. And with the way MGC trades, it's better for me to have that 1-to-1 on it. So I'm going to go ahead and let this thing ride. And if it doesn't work out, we speed bump it. And the speed bump success rate is really high. So all good, not too worried about it. But if we do get a little bit closer down here to the 90% zone area, then I'll need to move my stop to break even because that's part of the rules. Now, if I wanted to, if I was concerned, I could move my stop to break even now, or even just above this candle here. So I'm still making some profit in the trade. And if we come back up above these red candles here, if we come back above this one, maybe not. But once we break 2 of them, then most likely we're going to start to see either consolidation for a while or a move back to the high side. So those are all options I could do, but I really need to go back and look at the books and sim and all that stuff to make sure that that's the right thing to do and that the numbers still work out at the end of the year. The only thing I know for sure the numbers working out right now is what I'm trading, what the strategy is, which is either gets here or I speed bump it, and at 90% of the way, I can go ahead and move my stop to break even. So it's tempting right now to get out. Like emotionally, I'm like, oh, just take your money. Look, you're making money. Just get out. Hurry, go before you lose it, before you give it back. Take it. It's hard to do that, you know. And then when you're in the losing side, right, when the trade's going against you, we want to stay in it forever. Like, oh, I'm just gonna stay. I'm just gonna let it ride. It'll go back eventually. I'm just gonna let it ride forever. And you hold those losers until your account blows up. And then sometimes your winners, you know where it's supposed to go based on the strategy, based on this proven statistical probability of success. But yet we still want to pull out early because we're afraid we're going to give back our profits, right? So the only time they get out early really is if the strategy calls for it. That's when you get out early. And then I wouldn't say you're getting out early because it's part of the strategy. The strategy calls for that exit. You're getting out at the right spot you're supposed to get out. So for me, it's 90% of the way, move the stop to break even, hit the target, or speed bump. Those are my three options. So I'm going to go with those, and we'll just let this thing ride. Or the other thing is if my algo starts to show strength, and we're in the support resistance area, and we're seeing strength, and I'm starting to see accumulation of things that tell me that the probabilities are no longer in my favor, then I can also get out. But right now we still see a lot of weakness. We are in this zone of support. So maybe it'll take a little while to get through, or maybe it'll just smash right through. Who knows? It's the market. It does what it wants. So I'm going to stick to trade the proven statistical probability of success, trade my plan, my strategy, and the numbers work out for me in the end. All right, I'll bring the conclusion to you. Okay, so you can see we're basically 90% of the way now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my stop, and which is not set up for speed bump. I have 2 contracts. All right, so we're going to just do this. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to cancel this. 2 contracts, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my stop to break even plus a couple bucks. So this line right here, you can see where I entered the trade, 19305. So we're short, so I'm going to have to buy back 2 contracts. I got 2 on the board, and then commission is going to cost me about 10 bucks. So when I come down, that's fine. I'll just take a little extra profit. So there we go. So again, going back above the candles I talked about before. So locking in this trade, we're about 90% of the way. If it rejects and fails from here, trade's over, and I'll just end up with that. Okay, so now we got our signal or our alert. So 1925.50 is where I'd like to be. New candle open just now, so we may see a retrace. There's a lot of red candles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 red candles is huge. A lot of red candles. Probably going to have green candles and coming in here shortly. So we'll see if this one wants to push back through here. If it does, we'll move our stop, lock in our profit. I could just jump out right here and just take the trade too. But I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to push through a little bit. I'm going to get a little greedy right now. Although I probably should just jump out. Algo told me the thing. Got to trade the numbers, trade the stats, all that stuff. So maybe I'm not being so smart right now. But I feel pretty good about this thing still continuing lower to the bottom of this box. If I trade straight algo, now is the time to be out. I just need to be out. Take my money and run. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a little look-see here and see if we could squeeze a little more out. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So a new candle opened and went straight green, right? So good chances that it's just throwing a wick. And now it's going to come down and make a body. And then it'll come back up and make a tail. Usually that's what I'd like to see. Sometimes it goes down first, then comes back up, then I get worried. But that went up first, and then we'll see if this thing can go down now. Either way, 7 red candles already. I don't know how many more it can make. So odds are not in my favor that I'll get a whole lot more out of this trade. But we'll see if we can get a couple bucks out of it. A couple bucks extra. Like if I can get 110 on this, that'd be awesome because then I would pay for commissions. And I'll put an even 100 bucks in. Meanwhile, I'm going to erase this alert. I don't need it anymore. No speed bumping. Once it's hit its target or got 90% of the way, no more speed bump. No longer applies. So we'll see. Come on. Go down a little more. Be awesome if it just dropped real fast. So definitely struggling here. Definitely struggling. So I may look to move my stop to capture this trade here. All right, so we're going to buy it back. I wanted to give it a second to see if it would go down, but you know, went green first, and then it went red, and now it's like it's confused. So I don't want to be messing around with confusedness. Gonna give it one more little bobble. Looking at this very even trade that's taking place right here. All right, so 1.9. All right, cool. So we'll put in here, and if it wants to come up and get us out, we'll take our profit. All good, is what it is. Yeah, it would have been nice to get a solid 100, but if we end up with 90 after commissions, that works too. Right now, this 100 gives me 90 after commissions because 2 contracts are going to cost me $10 round trip with Thinkorswim. Okay, so out of the trade, $94. I'll take home $84 after commissions. So part of me really, I feel very confident this thing's still got more to go. But I got to trade the numbers. I was wanting to get greedy there and just let it ride, give me more. But it is what it is. I got to play the numbers. Right now, it's still showing a lot of weakness. I feel like this is definitely coming down. But it's all good. I'll be out. I'll wait for the next setup. There'll be more trades coming. That's one thing, traders, you have to think too. There's a lot of times we want to make our money right now in this trade as if there's no more trades coming. This is the last one. There's another trade coming right around the corner. So I'm out of this one, and I'll just jump in the next one and make it there. So all good. Now it's time for somebody else to make money on it. I'm going to go and do other things. So before we go, let's go check out the My Strategy Manager and see where we're at with the account and what this trade did for us. And I'll put it on the exit here. Let's see. So switch you over. So we were looking to make $5 out of it, and we ended up, see, starting to go down. Yep, it went up just to get me out, and then it's going down, right? That's what we always say. It's like, oh, I did that just to get me. Oh, man. All right. So we ended up out at, let's see here, 1925.8. All right, so we got 470. Almost got our $5. Really close. That's still pretty good. So $84 is what we're looking to get. Or what we ended up with on the trade after commissions. So another winner in the books. So let's go up to the top here and see where we're at with the account right now. So as of today, then the account now sits at up. I don't have my glasses on, at $2,573. So we're at $873 in profit so far. Pretty fantastic. Let's go over to dashboard. So dashboard for the month of January, again, we have to minus a good chunk of that because we carried over from the last year, because we started this late, like November, October, November in futures, October in swing trading, and I just carried that number over to this year. So so January we did not make $2,530, right? We would have to minus $1,900 base, $1,900 minus that from here. So we're up about $600 for the month of January as we slowly grow this account. Let's pull this over so you can see the whole thing. With a red day, we got one red day in the month of January so far, and yeah, so here we are. All right, so let's go down to swing trade. Swing account still sitting at $3,665 total, with $1,665 in profit. So yeah, we're growing slowly. All good. Let's go look at the scaling ladder. Ooh, look at that. We got 2 bars left, and then I can start going to the $200 range. So pretty awesome, because right now it's a slow grow. $100 a trade, slow. And then when we can move up to $200 a trade, now we're going to start moving fast. And then because a contract is between $900 and $1,500, depending if I'm trading MGC or MES right now. So if I can start, at $300 a pop right here, 3 trades plus that 600, then we're adding contracts. Every couple trades here we can add contracts. Whereas right here, I got to take 15 trades before I can add a contract. But once we get into this zone, every few trades I can add a contract, which then lets this account grow exponentially fast. Also lets it go backwards exponentially fast. So if it goes the wrong direction, then I follow the scaling ladder in reverse. I'll risk 300, then 200, and back to 100. So and that's kind of how that works. But yeah, 2 bars left. That's really exciting. Okay, so here we are with MGC again. I just wanted to close out this with this little thing. So you heard the emotional struggle that I went through trading this, right? Like I wanted more money. It looks like it could go down further. Right? It could come down to this hard level right here. So I was debating and trying to convince myself to do it. But then at the same time thinking out loud, talking about it. And this is what I do with all my trades, not just when I'm recording them. When I start thinking, oh, I should do this, well, do I have a proven statistical probability of success is what it came down to, right? So I got myself to that spot, and then thinking about my scaling ladders and just thinking I just got to get the numbers in. Who cares if I don't make more money, right? That's for somebody else to make, all that stuff. You heard that thought process. So, and that's a struggle that I think traders go through constantly. And the biggest problem with it is when you do the right thing and you see all the money you could have made, and then the next time you trade, it's more incentive because you're like, oh, last time I missed out on all that money. So then you stay when you probably shouldn't. So sometimes you get rewarded too for doing those bad things. Like you'll do it and then you'll stay and you'll get rewarded for it. And then the next time you'll do it and you'll get punished, and then you'll get punished and punished and punished, and then your account goes down to zero, right? So it's really important to have that good trade plan. Those scaling ladders are like super strong for me to be able to stay on point, and having a good strategy and just knowing what your numbers are and trading them. So this is what happened with this trade. I want to show you. So, we hit in here and I really wanted to stay, and then I ended up overstaying my welcome. I could have got out of this trade with $94 and ended up with 84 or something like that, right? So, because I wanted that even 100. So that's the other problem is I looked at the P&L and I'm like, oh, I just want to get that even 100. That looks so nice. But that's not what the plan is. So what I find a lot of times, traders, is, for me, actually, most of the time, if I trade for money, I won't have any, right? If I trade for money, I won't have any. But if I trade to be successful, then money is usually a side effect for me. If I trade to be successful, money is usually a side effect. So I got to remember that I can't be trading for money. I have to be trading to be for success. And as a result, I should be okay in the end. Should be okay, right? And again, my results are not typical. Trading is very risky. A lot of traders blow up all their money and it doesn't work out for them. So definitely trade in a sim for a really long time before you ever try to trade with real money. And when you do go with real money, if you can't do it with a little bit of money, you ain't going to do it with a lot of bit of money. And make sure that little bit of money is money you were going to burn on fireworks or something like that, right? You didn't need it to pay the bills. All right, so this is what happened. So I really wanted that money. And then I got a little greedy. And then it started to come back up, right? And then I got stopped out right around here. So I didn't get my full trade. I got almost full trade, but I got stopped out around here. And then it started going back down again. And let me tell you, when it was doing that, I was like, I should get back in. I should get back in for a ride back to the bottom of this. I should get back in. And I kept on thinking I should get back in. But I kept telling myself, no, you don't have any statistics to prove that. Like you can look at the chart all you want, but what's the statistical probability of that? I don't have that, so you can't do it. So I didn't do it, and then it rallied, and I was like, ooh, good thing I didn't get back in. And then, as I said earlier, there's a double top here. This could be an area of support, resistance, draw, the whole nine, right? So sure enough, it sucked it right back up into here. And then that triggered another trade in that process right here. We have full permission for a long trade. Right here, I could have got back in and made money in this side, right? Pulled another $100 here if I was awake at 2 in the morning, but I wasn't. So, and then it sold all the way back off to the bottom of this zone. And this is where we're at. We're back in the support resistance zone down here. So had I got too greedy, this would have happened. And I would have got stopped out. And I would have ended up with a losing day, $100 losing day, when I could have had a $200 winning day, right? Just because I got greedy. So trading for success, I usually have money. I trade for money, I usually don't have any. So that was what ended up happening with MGC. Just wanted to give you that final look on the aftermath of what took place. All right, see you on the next video.